00. Go to WLSDavid.com. I'd like to welcome you, personally welcome you, because that's what I do. I am your host. I am your concierge. I'm your real estate concierge, here to help you navigate through all of your real estate questions, all of your real estate challenges. If it has to do with your home, it has to do with financing your home, buying, selling a home, taking care of your home. We are here to help you, and we want to hear from you. 312-591-8900. That is the phone line. And that doubles as a text line. So if you have any text questions, Joe's was bomb with text questions last week. We would love your input. 312-591-8900. Phone 312-591-8900. Text 312-591-8900 is the phone number that you need to know to get all of your real estate questions answered. You can also go to WLSDavid.com. On today's show, we have Stephen A. Leahy. We're going to throw it over to Stephen. Stephen, how are you?
I'm just great, David. How about yourself?
I am phenomenal. I have to apologize to you in front of everybody on the Steve Dahl show yesterday. I was in the studio yesterday, came in to say hi to the boys. And Steve's like, well, it was during a break. He's like, why don't you stay on for a couple of minutes and talk to our listeners? You've been a great supporter, a great sponsor. And he's like, who's going to be on the show? And I'm like, okay, Donna, Joe, Roy, and I'm like, I'm missing somebody. I'm like, son of a bitch, I can't remember who it is. and then Burning Man is in the other room, our old producer, and he buzzes in my ear, Stephen A. Leahy, open text. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Stephen A. Leahy. Be kind of awkward because I drive Steve to the show every Saturday, so it'll be a little.
Almost forgot this morning.
I almost forgot this morning. So not only did it remind me you were coming on, but it reminded me that we need to coordinate transportation. So. Your phone number, if people want to reach you, and what do you do real quick?
312. I help people solve IRS problems. So if you owe the IRS any money, then you should call me at 312-664-6649. Today, we're going to talk about bankruptcy and getting out of taxes with bankruptcy.
Yep.
If that's possible.
If that is possible. A lot of people don't know the answer to that question, but you do. We'll be talking to you about that after the next break at 10:15. To your right, my left on Facebook Live. If you want to see the Roy Spencer, almost 40 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars of basement, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of clients' basements. I don't want to say
that's how we measure it.
Yeah. Our relationship in my house lately, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, wasn't that much. Hundreds of thousands of clients, I should say, almost 400,000 clients over the past almost 40 years. Mr. Spencer, if people want to reach you and your fine company, what number should they reach?
800-421-7325. And can I just say that I'm glad to be here as well, but I'm a little I don't know. When I understand I've been missing out on this Dave's limo service type thing all this time. I've been driving myself down here. I didn't realize you pick people up. So I feel like
I meet people. If you want to meet us you want to meet us at the Mariano's in Northfield, and that's fine. You could.
Never mind. I'm good then. Okay. I'm very happy.
8 o'clock in the morning.
No complaints.
You want to come from Burr Ridge and park your car in Northfield? Then we'll go.
I'm all good. I'm all good now.
You got to leave your house about 6:30. It's no problem. They have a coffee shop there. Perfectly fine.
I'm happy.
Anybody else, Donna? You want to meet us at the Mariano's too? You're good. Joe, you want to come down from Algonquin? No, you're good. Okay,
I'm fine.
Donna Sattler, Remax at home.
Well, maybe Joe and I could ride together.
I'm sure you can. Well, wait a minute, Roy. If people want to reach the fine people at Permaseal in their new facility, how do they reach you?
800-421-SEAL.
And to your right and my left on Facebook, to everybody's left, was Donna Sattler in a natural brown tone with some highlights today, which looks very, very, very natural and very nice. Looks right until the next coloring session.
That's correct.
People wanted the areas that you represent for the show, that you cover for the show.
I work the northwest suburbs. Part of the North Shore and Lake and McHenry counties, parts of that.
If people want to reach you at Remax at Home,
they can reach me at 847-651-3300.
And even though your office, Basil's office, who you work for, your managing broker,
yes,
very nice young man, is in Rolling Meadows, you handle those areas for the show because you cut it thick and spread you thin. Yeah, that was your band name. You were the lead singer in that band in high school. All right, let's get over to Joe Hogle real quick before there's an HR compliance.
I don't know quite how to respond.
8989.
Yeah, I'll write that down on a piece of paper so you could use that later, Joe, because you'll screw it up.
No. What is it? Cut it thick and
cut it thick and spread it thin. You never heard that?
No.
I usually screw it up and say cut it thin and spread it thick, but that doesn't make any sense.
No.
Neither of them make sense to me.
Oh, that's why. It's a bunch of guys out there. I get it. Home improvement business.
Why
you're
am I
rocking?
always the only woman here?
Well,
I don't know. Why are you the
Lucky
only
you.
one that picks up your headphones and smells them before you put them on?
Because they stink and I can smell them
Actually, that was
before they're even on my head.
Then
That
don't
I-
smell them.
Yeah, don't smell them. Actually, those were the heads. That's
Don't
the
tell
set
me,
I
don't
wore
tell
yesterday during the Steve Dahl show. I should probably go to the ear doctor, find out why my ears
Oh.
smell. How's the home improvement business, Joe?
Donna, go smell Dave's ears. Right?
No.
Oh, everything's great.
Everything's
Dave.
great?
Yes, we're doing a lot of home improving.
Yep.
You are. And you know what? Where I live, Megapros was just right across the street doing
You
some work
said.
for my neighbor.
You saw Wojtek,
I saw Wojtek, yeah.
right? He didn't talk much, right?
He waved, and I
Right.
waved.
All right, we're going to go out to Kurt. Kurt, how are you, buddy? 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com. What's going on, bud?
Hi, I've been waiting to talk to you.
Okay, you got me.
Well, back in August, I called in and trying to get a house, and I just wanted to say thank you for referring me over to Pearl and everything. I got the house I wanted.
Yay.
Okay, you just called in, just driving around on a weekend, and we helped you out?
Happy he's in a new home.
Yeah.
He's grateful.
I mean, it took a little bit longer than usual because the VA appraiser. Really
Oh, we had the VA challenges.
Yeah.
Okay, but we overcame those challenges and got you. And where did you serve? What branch of the military did you serve?
I was with 101st Airborne for 6 years in
All
the
right.
Army, and then I did 2 years in the reserves down in Kankakee.
Well, thank you for your service, buddy. How, you loving that home?
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't beat eight rooms,
That's right. There's-
8 bedrooms, with
8
all the kids and
bedrooms?
stuff,
Wow.
so.
how did the VA process go?
It was a lot quicker than I thought. Besides the VA appraiser we had that didn't really know how to do things perfectly, and if you get an experienced one, it's probably a lot quicker.
Right. And here's the challenges of doing our job, and Steve, you doing your job, Roy, Donna, Joe. You have to rely on other outside
People, yeah.
out service providers, especially when it comes to an appraiser. We have to order the appraisal through the Veterans Administration website, the VA website, and it's a round robin. You don't know who you're going to get, and you don't know who's going to go out. You don't know how quick they're going to get it and the responsive time. So sometimes it impacts your ability to provide the level of service that you are customarily provide to your clients, because you have no control over that one aspect.
But you know what? We as professionals are able to sometimes expedite that process by working with these people. And, my
the V-
philosophy is solution for every problem.
Yeah, but the VA is like talking to Fort Knox. I want a couple
know.
of bars of gold. Yeah, sorry. And
Well,
by
you
the way,
stick with it, though.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And you help
totally,
them through it.
totally.
Exactly.
Who's the guy? Which one of my loan officers helped you out on Team Hochberg?
It was James.
James helped you out. Well, that's great. I'm glad James was able to help you out, and I'm glad we got you in your loan. And you have any hardwood floors in your new home there, Kurt?
No, it's all laminate and carpet.
Okay, good. I got vinyl laminate cleaner coming your way there, brother. Hang on one sec. We got to hit a break. Thank you for your service and thank you for your business, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
All right, buddy. And all right, there you go. Army vet taking
Yeah.
care of business.
Yes.
Kev, please get Kurt's information. We're going to send him a Mr. Floor vinyl and laminate cleaner. Joe, I know you're disappointed he doesn't have hardwood
No,
floors.
it's fine. You could use that on your cabinets as well, your wood
Okay.
cabinets.
Okay, I'm Mr. Floor. Thank you to Mr. Floor for their donating the samples. We're going to take a quick break here. 312-591-8900. Coming back after the break. Stephen A. Leahy, the IRS radio answer man, is going to be talking about can bankruptcy resolve IRS tax problems. 10:30. We got Gary Novell coming up. Permaseal is going to be at 11 o'clock, Roy, so get ready. Donna Sadler, you're going at 11:15. If Steve's going to make it through the break, he's sneezing. Are you choking? Or are you?
He's going to jump.
You okay? You all right?
He's looking at that window like he's going to
I don't
jump.
know. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it through the break. Okay, you're clearing your windpipes. All right, he was bent over. I thought he was gonna have a grab.
Everybody's
You
coughing.
okay.
lately.
All right. 312-591-8900. Send your text questions to 312-591-8900 to Mega Pro Joe, Mega Pro's Home Improvements. We're gonna answer those questions at 11:30, Joe. 312-591-8900. WLSDavid.com.
We're
moving, and part of what we need to do is repair drywall in the garage and the upstairs bedroom and downstairs living room. We called around locally. We got a couple of estimates, but when they realized how small the job was, they wouldn't want to do it.
We're talking today with mega customer Tony McGrady of Naperville.
I have never used Mega. I had heard their advertisements on the radio, scheduled it, and they were very prompt, and they did the work as advertised. My wife was here working with the gentleman, and he actually came around, even did other work that we hadn't even planned. Mega are courteous and professional and get the job done. I can tell from my own experience that the price is right for the work that was done. Very satisfied.
One new call does it all.
847-658-8989.
One mega call does it all. Did you know that studies have shown that we need over 10 servings of fruits and veggies every single day? If you're like me, it's hard to find the time and money to prepare and eat all of those fruits and vegetables. Who can do that? Yet we know that proper nutrition can prevent health problems, give us energy, and help us heal faster. Balance of Nature has spent over 20 years researching and delivering solutions to this problem. We can ensure that you consume over 30 different fruits and veggies every single day. Our capsules are filled with 100% real whole foods. There isn't a single thing added to Balance of Nature products. They're pure. We spent an incredible amount of time on the quality of our products. We do this for you. We do it for our own families. Give yourself a break and give your body what it needs. Call now to receive 35% off your first Balance of Nature order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code WLS.
This is Home Sweet Home Chicago with David Hochberg. If you're interested in talking to David about a mortgage, call him directly at 312-751-1333. That's 312-751-1333, or visit his website at pearldavid.com. PERLDavid.com. Here's your host, David Hochberg on WLSAM.
312-591-8900. We're trying to figure out the audio levels on Facebook. I apologize for the challenges. It's the second week in a row. We're going to try to figure that one out. We got to light up the mics there.
Halloween was
Is the sound off on Facebook in the break?
I don't know. So stop talking about people. 312-591-8900. WLSDavid.com is the website. Thank you, Laura Ann Spencer, Roy's wife, for giving me the heads up on that. We're trying to work that out. Are you struggling to pay your mortgage? Is your home already in foreclosure? Reach out for help now. Restoration America is a HUD, H-U-D, Housing and Urban Development Improved Housing Counseling Agency, and it's helped thousands of homeowners find solutions to avoid foreclosure. Their housing counselors will analyze your unique situation, create an action plan with options available through your lender and any other assistance programs available. They will help you work with your bank and other resources to apply for assistance to avoid foreclosure. Best of all, their help is absolutely free. They never charge a fee, so avoid the ridiculous foreclosure rescue scams that are a bunch of scumbags that take your money and don't do anything. Make an appointment. Well, they do something. They just take your money. Make an appointment with one of Restoration America's housing counselors today. That number is 847-783-0232. That number one more time, 847-783-0232. They're great people that do great work, and we send all of our reverse mortgage counseling to them. 312-591-8900. Website, WLSDavid.com, WLSDavid.com. We have right now Stephen A. Leahy, Gary Novell at the bottom of the hour. Then at the top of the hour at 11, we're going to fire it over to Roy Spencer, talking about waterproofing and basement defender that I've installed in my home. 11:15, Donna Sattler is going to be to stage or not to stage. That is the question. And Mega Pro Joe is going to answer your text questions at 11:30. 312-591-8900, 312-591-8900. Go to WLSDavid.com. Chops, we're going to need your help during the break. Everybody's texting me, telling me the sound sucks on Facebook, so we got to figure something out. Stephen A. Leahy, bankruptcy. Let's talk about bankruptcy. Can bankruptcy and IRS problems, challenges be resolved with a bankruptcy? Yes or no?
Well, before I answer that question, let me tell you something about foreclosures, because there, as you're mentioning, that there's a lot of bad people out there. But I help people in foreclosure, and I don't do it for free. But so they have a leg up on me.
Right.
But sometimes you have to have an attorney go to court for you. They can't do that for you. And so if you're in foreclosure, or you're thinking of, or it's happening to you, then you should call me too. That won't cost you anything if you call me just for my advice. And you can call me at 312-664-6649. My opinion is people wait too long before they talk to an attorney. Talk to an attorney doesn't cost anything. Okay. So now let me answer the question. One of the things, there's 6 things you can do if you owe the IRS money. So one of those things is you can file for protection under the bankruptcy laws. Now, not all taxes are dischargeable. Means that you can't get out of some taxes. So, for instance, if you owe for this last year, for instance, well, that wouldn't be dischargeable because it has to be due more than 3 years ago, and in order to be dischargeable. So, there's 2 types of bankruptcy, right? There's if you think of the bankruptcy code as a book, and like every other book, it's divided into chapters. So you have a chapter 7, and that's what most people have heard about when they hear about bankruptcy. But you also have chapter 13. And so chapter 13 can be used. The only thing that's more powerful than the IRS in our society is the federal court system. And bankruptcy is a federal law. And so sometimes you get somebody in the IRS that just does whatever they want, as we were talking about earlier. So government agencies have this tendency to roll over people. And so sometimes you get an IRS agent who's just rolling over you. And the only way to stop them is to get a court involved. And so sometimes you can use Chapter 13 in order to stop an IRS levy, for instance. So people, if you're working and the IRS starts coming after your wages and you have to pay your rent the next month and the IRS won't give you any money because it won't let your employer pay you. If you're a 1099 employee, for instance, they can take all your money. So if I'm a realtor and I owe the IRS money and I have some commissions coming, they can take all of my commissions and I get nothing. And so one way to stop that is to get protection from the courts, and that would be Chapter 13 bankruptcy. So the answer is yes, you can use bankruptcy in order to help you with an IRS problem. Whether you can get out of it or not, that's the real question. Again, if I owe the IRS older taxes, there's 3 important dates that you should keep in mind. As long as those taxes are more than 3 years old, if they were due more than 3 years ago, here we are in 2018. 3 years ago would have been 2015. 2014 taxes were due in 2015. So anything before 2014 and before, they fit into that description. Okay. The second one is you have to have filed those tax returns more than 2 years ago. So a lot of people that I see haven't filed for some time. So if you haven't filed for 5 years and then you go to file your tax returns, all those taxes won't be dischargeable in bankruptcy. And they must be assessed more than 240 days ago. So sometimes it takes the IRS some time to assess these taxes. So anyway, people are sometimes surprised that you can use bankruptcy to get out of these taxes. And sometimes it's the fastest, easiest way out because bankruptcy is kind of it's kind of a template on how to get out of debt. When you're dealing with the IRS, that costs a lot of money because the IRS makes it cost a lot of money. It's hard to talk to them. They don't want to give you any information. It's a bureaucracy, and it costs a lot of money to go through that bureaucracy. But when you file bankruptcy, it's a template. It's one size fits all. It's a lot cheaper, and sometimes you can walk away. So I've had people who are being levied. The IRS is not working with them. It's taking all their money. They're levying them. And we try to deal with them, and the IRS revenue officer won't budge. And so then we turn around and we file for protection under bankruptcy laws. It's one of those things it's one of the tools that you have to fight the IRS. And again, sometimes it's the best tool. Sometimes it's only a temporary tool to stop a levy, for instance, because Chapter 13 can be a temporary solution. But anyway, so there are ways out. Which way? I always tell people, if you're thinking about filing bankruptcy and you owe the IRS money, don't go to just any bankruptcy attorney because they don't understand taxes, and because it's a very complicated area of the law, taxes in bankruptcy. So if you owe the IRS money and you're thinking, and you have a lot of credit card debt, for instance, or you're behind in your mortgage, then you have to call an attorney who understands both of these things because it's so critical. I can't tell you how many people I've helped who went to filed bankruptcy only to find that the taxes that they were filing the bankruptcy for were not discharged. And so after they come out of bankruptcy, the IRS is still coming after them. And they're like, I thought that was gone, because their attorney told them, well, let's just file and find out what happens. Not the way you want to go about this.
Do you do anything with student loans?
I don't understand what you mean by do anything. You know, the student loans are harder even than taxes to get rid of.
Right.
In bankruptcy, you have to show that you'll never be able to pay them.
But and the reason I asked, we have a 630 Dan out there with the 630 texter. Do you know a student loan attorney? And there are other companies out there.
There are, yeah,
that are advertising a lot to hire us, and we'll get a discharge in a bankruptcy. And I was always under the assumption, and a lot of people I know, that you cannot discharge a student loan in a bankruptcy. And how are these attorneys spending a lot of money
Most
on
of those
the radio?
aren't attorneys, and they're not talking about bankruptcy.
Well,
Okay.
It says law firm. No, it says law firm.
Okay, so maybe those are. I'm not familiar.
But is
with
there a
things.
distinction between private student loans and
Well, yes.
federal student loans too?
The
And
answer-
maybe that's the.
The answer is no. And here's why. Because the government backs private student loans. So anything the government backs is not going to be discharged in bankruptcy. Used to be a distinction some years ago, but now that distinction's gone. And you, in order to discharge and I have discharged some student loans, but the bar is very high to prove that you're never going to be able to pay them. I mean, it's very high. It can be done, but you have to be disabled. You're never going to go back to work. And then you can get them discharged. But actually, if you have student loans and you're disabled, you don't have to file bankruptcy. You can get them. You can get the student loan discharged anyway without bankruptcy. So there's ways to do that. You don't have to file bankruptcy just because if that's your only issue and you're disabled, there's other ways to get around those loans. So, but generally, again, everybody's different. But I got to say that the student loan bar is very high, much higher than taxes, and that's kind of unusual.
Quick question. Now you're talking about IRS. Do people have the same types of problems, and do you provide the same type of solutions for state taxes that people?
Very good question. The answer is the Illinois Department of Revenue is harder to deal with than the IRS.
Geez. Surprise.
Okay. So the IRS has statutes and rules and a whole thick book that you can look at of how the manual works. The Illinois Department of Revenue does not. It's very hard. But I do help people, but it's really hard.
Phone number. Got to hit a break.
312-664-6649.
All right, 312-591-8900. Jenny,
That
hang
was good,
tight.
Steve.
Gary Novell, hang tight.
learned
We're
a
going to
lot.
take a quick break. 312-591-8900. You can go to our website, WLSDavid.com. That's WLSDavid.com. Has all the contact information of all of our sponsors. Coming out of the break, Gary Novell. Top of the hour, we have Roy Spencer. Then we go over to Donna Sattler at 11:15. And then answering all of MegaPro's Joe's text questions at 11:30. We're going to take a quick break. 312-591-8900. WLSDavid.com.
A lot of cloud cover into this afternoon. The high today near 53, and then rain will move in overnight with a low of 42. It will be a windy and wet Sunday with showers and a high hitting 55 as winds gust in from the west. And then sunny and warmer to start off the work week on Monday with a high in the upper 50s. From the Weather Channel, I'm Jeff Marr, WLSAM 890 with another update in 30 minutes.
Special report, deadly Pittsburgh shooting. I'm Christopher Cruz. At least 8 people are dead in a shooting this morning at the Tree of Life Synagogue in East Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Others have been shot and wounded. Police are telling residents of the Squirrel Hill neighborhood to remain in their homes. Police spokesman Jason Lando.
Right now, we have multiple casualties. We're working the situation. It is imperative that the neighbors in the community surrounding the Tree of Life Synagogue stay in their houses and shelter in place. Do not come out of your home right now. It is not safe.
When police arrived on the scene, they were shot at, forcing them to use their cars as a shield. 3 police officers were shot. Their condition is not known. KDKA-TV now reports a gunman, a white man, has surrendered to police, but police continue to work to clear the building. Again, at least 8 people reported dead in a shooting at a synagogue in East Pittsburgh in the Squirrel Hill area. A white man has surrendered. Special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
Good delays on the Eden, but the spur is slow in both directions. On the Kennedy, you can expect about 22 out through the airport and give yourself about 27 O'Hare to downtown. On the Eisenhower, 37 from 390 to the Circle, 29 going the other way. Stevenson is 35 from 355 on in. Outbound fine, 55 okay. The Dan Ryan, 22 in and 15 out. No delays on 57 to Bishop Ford, heavy inbound Stony Island to 103rd. Lakeshore Drive, some pockets delay, but nothing too serious. Tri-State's tollway slowing southbound 190 to Irving Park, and I-80 is a bit slow in the Joliet area eastbound because of construction. From the WLS AM 890 Traffic Center, I'm Ken Zier with the next update in 30 minutes.
It's been a while since I heard from the kids. $1,000 from WLS. Hey, Dad, how you been? It's 4K a day. Just text the national keyword every weekday at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. You could be $1,000 richer. What do you mean I only call it money? From WLS AM 890, brought to you locally by Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning.
I love it, love it, love it.
Wow, Lindsay, even when you produce the home improvement show, you're not always this enthusiastic.
Well, I love it. Love it. The beauty, the colors.
Oh, you mean these quartz countertops at Builder Supply Outlet? They're...
Oh, I already know, Tom Jenke. Your fabulous designers gave me the rundown. Super high quality quartz countertops, state-of-the-art precise measuring systems, and quartz is non-porous, so it never needs sealing.
Right. We went on a hunt to find a quartz manufacturer that rivals the best of the best at our everyday outlet prices.
And the winner was?
Mont Surfaces Quartz Countertops. Fast delivery, excellent quality, and when we give you a price, there's no hidden charges.
Loving it.
Come see these gorgeous Mont Surfaces countertops at Builder Supply Outlet on Cermak Road at 25th Avenue in Broadview.
Quality and savings are what you get at Builder Supply Outlet.
Or visit buildersupplyoutlet.com.
Welcome back to Home Sweet Home Chicago with David Hochberg. If you're interested in talking to David about a mortgage, call him directly at 312-751-1333. That's 312-751-1333. Or visit his website at pearldavid.com. PERLDavid.com. Now more Home Sweet Home Chicago with David Hochberg on WLSAN 890.
312-591-8900, 312-591-8900. Makes the chops for all of the Halloween themed joints. Very nice chops. Okay, so let's reset the show. Gary is coming up next. Mega Pros Joe, Mega Pros Home Improvements. Want to reach Mega Pros? Call this number.
847-658-8989.
Donna Sattler, being next at home if people want to reach you.
They can call me at 847-651-3300. I always answer my phone.
Yes, you do. And you're going to be talking about staging at 11:15.
Yes.
Roy Spencer at Permaseal. You're going to be talking about your fine topic, which is waterproofing a basement defender, which I have in my basement. And my basement's been waterproofed by Permaseal. There's not one square inch of my basement that hasn't been touched by Permaseal. We redid the basement and the bedroom in the basement for the Permaseal in-house technicians in case there's a challenge, that they could come out of the basement and start fixing things. If people want to reach you, Roy Spencer, how do they reach your fine company?
They could give us a call at 800-421-SEAL.
And Stephen A. Leahy, if people want to call, if our listeners want to call you to talk to you about any type of IRS challenges, like the topic you just talked about, BK, and discharging IRS obligations.
Any debt-related issues.
Any debt-related issues? What number?
312-664-6649.
All right, we've got a special guest coming up at 10:45, Karen Feldman. She's a realtor up in the Buffalo Grove area at Properties, running for state representative. Talking about all
Why
of the...
don't you run for something, Donna?
She went past background check. 312-591-8900. Yeah, please. Donna Sattler, no.
Well, now wait a minute.
Big stop sign with the flashes going. You
All
don't
right, now
you don't even
just
get the E
stop
and the R in there.
She was a groupie when she was 15.
Right. You get the DAVIDH for me. You're done. 312-591-8900. We have Jenny in Westmont real quick. Gary Novell's coming up talking about his topic, which is holidays and your credit score. But Jenny's got a question about putting your home in trust. Hi, Jenny. How can we help you? Jenny?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Yes. I was calling about a question on my home. I'd like to put it into a trust, but I was wondering if I have to go through a whole entire closing, and does it change my interest rate? And do I have to get an attorney and realtor? And if it's just transferring, because it's transferring to a different entity, I just don't know how that all works.
All right. Well, Stephen, you want to take I tried to get David Schluter to call in, but he's not calling.
I understand, and I've done this. I helped a lot of people put property in a trust. It's called a real estate trust here in Illinois. And no, you don't have to do a closing. You still have the loan. You still have the loan that you have now. You keep paying the loan, and all you do is you have to transfer you do what they call a quit claim deed, and you transfer it from whoever owns it now into the trust.
Right. Do you need an attorney? No, you don't need an attorney to
But
do
you should
anything.
have one.
Do I recommend when you're putting
Yes.
a house into a
Yes.
trust that
Yes.
it's going to have
And I
major
would
tax
say
ramifications?
Also can be used
yeah.
it's good estate planning device. Okay,
Yeah.
so sometimes if that's the asset that I have, and I'm worried I might have 3 kids or something, you can set up a real estate trust to benefit for the beneficiary, what they call a contingent beneficiary, to whoever you want it to divide it, just like a will would do. So, but it's not in the will because you don't own it anymore. The title company or the trust company owns it technically, and you become more of it's regarded as property rather than real estate. No. So anyway, I don't get too much into that. That's not my area here.
Right. So I'm going to give you a phone number to call because David S. Schluter, sorry, I didn't mean to screw up his middle initial. He is a real estate trust attorney of the show. And
you'll love him, Jen.
And you will absolutely love him. He's the nicest guy in the world. And if I'm stalling because I'm looking for his number, 630-285-5300, 630-285-5300, trusts, wills, all of that stuff. He does all of those type of legal documents for our listeners here at WLS AM 890 on the Home Sweet Home Chicago show. Jenny and Westmont. Do you own a home, Jenny? Obviously, I would think so if you're calling about transferring your property into trust. Is that a safe assumption?
Yes. Well, of course, I own a portion of it. The bank owns most of it.
Well, right. Right. And the government owns the other portion of it.
Of course,
I use the wood cleaner on the part you own.
Yeah. Only clean the wood floors that the percentage you own. Would you like some Mr. Floor wood cleaner or other type of cleaners for your wonderful home in Westmont?
Oh, that would be awesome. I do have wood floors in the kitchen.
Okay. So hang on one second. We're going to get your information.
Jenny.
It's the best wood floor cleaner on the planet. I want to thank Mr. Floor for his cleaning products. You could go to WLS David, click through to Mr. Floor, and find all of the information about his cleaning products. So hang tight, Jenny, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. 312-591-8900, 312-591-8900. Gary Novell, how are you?
Good morning, David. How are you today?
Good, buddy. Sorry for keeping you on hold. Jenny was on hold for like 15 minutes before your segment, so I wanted to get her on here. You've got a very, very, very valid topic this weekend because we are moving into the holiday seasons. Believe it or not, Halloween is right around the corner, which kicks everything off. Then we go into Thanksgiving. In case people don't know the progression of the holidays, you have Thanksgiving. You typically have Hanukkah.
When is Hanukkah this year?
It's early. It's on the lunar calendar, and the moons are in certain orbit that it's early.
So it's early December this year?
It's early December.
I was thinking I was going to go convert to
Judaism. You should.
Judaism.
You should.
Because to avoid the holiday. But now if you're telling me the Hanukkah,
earlier.
It's
earlier.
Hanukkah thing keeps changing. And
We'll put you on the fast track. We got the circumcision already lined up, Joe. You're fine. 312. Don't worry about it. It's all good. We got the mikvah
David will
lined
be
up.
singing the song, whatever.
I'll be chanting Hallelujah.
Don't you just blow a horn or something?
Yeah, we blow whatever you want.
Right.
Listen, we're looking for members. Whatever. We'll blow horns. We'll blow rams, horns, whatever you want, Joe. Whatever you want blown, we'll blow for you. 312-591-8900.
The way you talk.
So, and of course, Kwanzaa. We can't leave Kwanzaa and Christmas out there. Don't want to upset anybody. So your topic is holidays and your credit scores, which people kind of forget about when they're out there doing their holiday shopping and opening up the credit cards and need to pay attention to this, right, my friend?
Yeah, David, the holidays are approaching, and I'd like to remind everyone of a few things that we always remind everybody every year about this time. And one of those is that those prepaid cards that you purchase in a store and reload with cash as you use it will not show up on your credit report. Those are basically just like debit cards or gift cards. And a secured credit card that you get from a financial institution will show up on your report, help your scores, and give you a foot in the door on having a major credit card under your own name. If you purchase something on a layaway plan, which is getting more popular every year, this is not really credit and will not show up on your credit report either. And as always, be aware of your surroundings and who is close to you whenever you use your credit or debit cards at the point of sale, as cameras are everywhere nowadays. Another thing the holidays unfortunately bring everyone is lower credit scores. As you use your credit cards more, your debt utilization rises, and applying for different types of credit puts more inquiries on your reports. Both of these will take points off your score. However, you will get the points back as you pay the credit cards back down, and once the inquiries get older than 90 days, you recover the points back as well. So don't be shocked or surprised if your scores dip over the next few months, because that's just the normal way of the holiday season. And the last thing I want to remind everyone is that when you make your payments online with an automatic withdrawal for anything, always make sure you get a confirmation number that the setup was done correctly and the payment has been accepted. I am hearing more and more stories from people that make some type of mistake and the payment never goes through, and that will result in a late payment showing up on your credit report. And we all know what late payments can do to your credit scores. For any questions on this or questions about your credit or credit scores, never hesitate to call during the week at 630-624-9557. And the number again, 630-624-9557.
Easy
David, is that really Donna Statler in the studio this morning?
It is me, Gary.
I haven't heard her breathing yet.
Wow.
Thanks, Gary.
There
I am.
Does that make you feel better?
No, it does not make me feel better, Gary.
She's actually talking.
I was going to actually say something nice about you, but not anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh God, he's getting me hard today.
5 years, he's pulling everything out.
He is. What did I do to you?
Is it safe to say for people to go into a defensive mode before the holidays, to pick up their phone, take out their credit cards, look at the 800 number, and ask those companies to increase your limits on your credit cards? Isn't that the safest defense? Especially if you're looking to buy anything to finance, a car, a house, anything that is based upon your credit score. Do you agree?
Ooh.
Here, I got a better idea. How about go to community college until you figure out what the hell you want to do? Okay, I was with the group yesterday. Okay, I was with the group. You know, somebody goes, "What's your kid? You know, what major?" He's in college. He's a sophomore. What's your major? Oh, he doesn't know yet. $35,000 a year. He doesn't know. 70 grand in. He doesn't know what he wants to do yet. I'm like, how about go to Lake County College? How about College of DuPage? How about Oakton Community College until you figure out what you want to do at like 7 to 8 G's while you're working a job to pay the 7 to 8 G's instead of shipping away to college at 75 grand. I mean, there's number one. Let's get our heads out of our asses. Right. What the hell are we doing to these kids? Oh, I don't know what he wants to do yet. That's a joke. Here's a tip.
Boy, do I hear that all the time from my kids. You know, it's not the same one you did it, Dad.
Yeah, it is. You know, we had to saddle a horse before we went.
Well, we weren't making it back then either. You know, I mean, and eggs were 12 cents a dozen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gas was 27 cents.
The only reason it's so freaking expensive is because people keep paying.
Right.
Okay.
And once you get the federal government involved in student loans, there's another problem.
Goniff bastards. Okay, these Goniff bastards. They give these student loans to these kids without any ability to repay. You need a mortgage?
I got to stick. I need to do credit checks. I need to do name checks. We need to do fraud checks. We need to do ability to repay. We need to have a net tangible benefit. Those are just 5 things.
Right.
Kids, you're 17 years old, 18. Congratulations. Here's $160,000.
Well, that's just what we were talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not dischargeable and they're guaranteed by the government,
They're
they're just going to give them the loans.
They're going to continue to give them the loans.
Right.
And what the federal government is doing is exactly
I
what
agree.
they accused us of
I
doing
agree.
with the subprime crash
agree.
of between
Yeah.
02
I
and
agree.
07. The money's
But it's
flowing.
okay because
Nobody's
it's the
checking.
government.
But these Ghana bastards are giving it out, and it's wrong.
It is wrong.
Okay, but you know what? Let's blast all the mortgage professionals. You know, for putting people into risky loans. Gary, give your phone number out before I have a stroke. I got another hour
Calm
and
down.
15
Calm
minutes.
down.
Give a phone number. Best in the business. Anytime I get to say Ghana bastard, it's a good show. 312-591-8900.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
It's not a good thing. We're going to take a quick break. Hit the music. 312-591-8900. I got Aaron Cooper coming up with the Studio Spin song of the karaoke song. We got future state representative from the 59th District, Karen Feldman. And if Karen Feldman's opponent wants to come on and have equal time, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about how you're running a piece of crap campaign, being dirty against Karen here. You want to come on equal time? Come on next Saturday. I'll give you the same amount of time, you jackass. 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com.
No editorial comment.
You know my connection to Karen Feldman.
No.
But
Careful.
no, remember Jake was working with...
Roy, you coming back in? Here, you need a pen. You need this. Yeah. Unless you're going to pee in the sink.
Because Jake was working with her opponent.
Yeah,
Marco.
I know.
Marco. So remember I told you that that Jake knows she knows Jake.
Isn't your son running for some office?
No, he's in office.
What is he doing?
He's on the school board, and he's the youngest elected official in
Good for
Illinois.
him.
Mortgage, call him directly at 312.
So what do we think about this guy in
312-751-1333 or visit his
Cook, I haven't.
professionally done bad with Trump stickers everywhere on CNN,
Unbelievable.
targets on Michael Moore.
Call the garage door group. Is your garage
I haven't read up as much as I should, but I will.
I just saw Ben Shapiro had something on it.
I love Ben
love
Shapiro.
it. Now there's a smart guy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I would not go against him in a debate.
I agree with that. And I watch. It's funny because I'll watch. Last Friday, matter of fact, I watched like an hour and a half of him, and I love when people try to challenge. It's like you're gonna challenge Ben Shapiro. He's thought through all this stuff, you know.
That's all he does.
He went to Harvard, you know.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
He's
with
a
his
Harvard
background,
lawyer.
But
He's a Harvard lawyer.
I love listening to him, and I love.
He just makes so much sense.
He
Common
makes so
sense.
much sense. His responses are very non-emotional. They're very well thought out. They're very logical. And it's hard to argue with that.
I agree. He's really good.
He was arguing with, the transgender thing.
Yes.
And he said,
Boy, does he make good sense with this.
Oh, it's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no. I just think you're biologically a male or whatever.
And you can't really argue that, right?
And then the girl's like, on and on and on. He goes, let me ask you something. How old are you? Okay. She goes, 30 or 25. And he goes, how come you're not 60?
What do you mean?
312-591-8900, 312-591-8900. Go to WLSDavid.com, WLSDavid.com. I want to thank Dr. McGuire. Michigan, the University of Michigan. Big M, right? Big Blue. $35,000 a semester, $70,000 a year. Yeah, I know his son. Not a chance he's going to make that much money coming out of school. He's going to be spinning pretzels in the mall. But he'll be the smartest pretzel spinner in the mall. 32. He got 32 on his age. He's a smart kid. 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com. Joe, you all right?
What? You look ticket.
Yeah. 312-591-8900.
See me now on Facebook.
What? Yeah. What? Go see how Joe looks like he's going to pay us on Facebook. 312-591-8900. Hold on, we have a special guest here. I didn't make the spin class today because I've been a little busy this week. I was very tired. But Aaron Cooper's on the phone. How are you, Aaron? Aaron Cooper. Aaron. Aaron Cooper.
She got tired of waiting.
Aaron?
And you didn't show up this morning.
312.
He's on a bike.
5-4, Aaron. Okay, so let's find Aaron. Let's hopefully she didn't have Aaron. We just lost Aaron. All right, we'll bring Aaron back. Karen, how are you? I am great. You are a... Wait a minute. Is this Aaron or is this Karen? Okay. I know. I was, okay, you want to bust my... I busted balls this morning. I've been a little busy. I was at the UC 4 times this week, entertaining in the Team Hochberg suite, for God's sakes. I was a little tired this morning. Right, you get older, things don't rebound, right? I mean, we're all 40 plus in this room. I'm a little tired.
I just don't look it.
Yeah, I know. You're
Nor do I.
Yeah, you're like 50. Yeah.
Whoever that was. Whoa.
That was Hochberg.
That was me. Thanks for that. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hang on. Steve, you were in the trade.
I was an iron worker before I became an attorney. That's true. So I was, Dave and I were watching the helicopter bring up some equipment.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So I agree. I think the trades are an important way, and you can make a good living.
You can make a good
and
living.
And if you figure what you save on college, it's a great way.
Grab a plumber, you little bastard, and learn how to unclog a toilet. Right? She didn't call it. She didn't call Permasil, right? Because it went to cost her $250 to unplug that toilet. Just saying. All right. So what's
Sorry, she says.
That's it. Yeah. Great song.
It's kind of how I feel.
Great song. It's an oldie but a goodie. That's how you
but
feel?
It doesn't seem like a bicycling song.
Well, you're singing, Joe. You're warming up.
Oh.
Why don't you show up and see how it works out?
Wow.
Yeah, Joe.
All right, thanks for calling, baby. Great job. This is going to be Thursday, Studio Spin in Northfield at 5:30. Great choice, Aaron. I appreciate you calling in, baby. You too. 312-591-8900. Future State Representative Karen Feldman. Sorry for the little faux pas there. We got phone lines crossed. How you doing, Karen? Good. So you're a realtor like Donna. You're out on the front lines every single day. Donna, she works at that properties in the Buffalo Grove area. And how long have you been a realtor, Karen? And how hard was the wall? Was it brick, cement, vinyl, 2x4 that you hit before you made you decide to run for state representative? What? So you've been a part of public life in the Vernon Hills area for how long? So the life of a realtor there, Donna.
Indeed. I can relate.
And this genius is also, in addition to this, running for state representative against a guy who is just absolutely one of the dirtiest run campaigns in the state. Why don't you talk about that and what you stand for and what he's accusing you of standing for, Karen? And if your opponent wants to come on and talk about how he's bad-mouthing you and running a dirty campaign, I'll give him equal time next Saturday. So there, we have to give equal time. I'm offering him equal time. So what do you stand for, and what is this piece of crap saying that you stand for to try to poison the voters against you?
Thrilled to come on.
Doors open anytime. Yep.
Right.
Families from these unfair new taxes coming, progressive income tax, mileage tax, the financial transaction tax, you know, all these crazy things that's coming up. And actually, in Lake County on the ballot, there is a referendum asking about doing a statewide property tax.
Yeah, I heard about that. 1%?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
It was a suggestion by the Chicago Federal Reserve Bank that a 1% tax of your value, so like a $600,000 home, $6,000 on top of your property taxes for 30 years to bail us out of the pension crisis. And it's written backwards, so the answer on the ballot, if you don't want the tax, would be yes.
Right.
Because it's asking you to support a ban on that.
Yeah, they're asking a negative question, so you answer it the wrong way, so they can go to the public and say this. Yeah, welcome. I'll tell you what, Karen, we kind of screwed up the call. Can you hang on? I know you're on I know you're between. I just want to talk to you about 3-4 more minutes after the break, and then we're gonna get back to the show. Can you hang on for a second? I screwed up the phone lines when we came back after the break. Right? Hang on 1 second. 312. This is very important information, folks. This is about home ownership. This is about how
up this state is, and how it's not only costing you a fortune, it's for your kids' future as well.
Right.
Because if you don't own a home, you're going to think it doesn't matter me. But the person that owns that apartment building and the person that owns that house that you're renting, they're going to ram it down their throat and they're going to pass it right to you.
Yep.
And if you don't think it's important, it impacts everybody's life. If you have a bed and you sleep under a roof, it impacts you.
Right.
If you own a home or don't own a home, and I'm going along and Chops is giving me the finger to move it on. 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com.
Sponsored by David Hochberg, Sweet Home Chicago.
So what kind of mud is their opponent slinging at us?
Oh, her son.
Listeners should consult their own
Her son
and conduct their own research before making
found him picking up one of her signs.
financial decisions.
So he followed him to see what he was doing. And then he wrote something on her Facebook, on his Facebook post, that she's sending people out to follow him and stalking him. It's her 17-year-old high school kid.
Watching him take
her sign off of a lawn.
What a jerk.
And then he goes on and makes it seem like Karen, who's the nicest person in the world, is having people follow him. Right. Well, if it was a home improvement person, you're shit. I'd expect that from a plumber or a basement flood protector or a GC, but not a realtor. So he's going out there saying that she's a woman for
who is it? Who's running against her?
Dadich. He's this guy. He's Madigan's lapdog.
Yeah.
So he's the incumbent.
No. Karen Sente.
It's an open seat.
Carol Sente who's a friend of mine. Who I love Carol. She's a Democrat.
Is she retiring from that?
Yeah, she's done 12 years of just complete, utter, ridiculous nonsense. And this guy is just doing crazy stuff.
You know what I don't understand about this tax question, though? What does Lake County have to do with levying a tax? It's a state thing.
It's a feel.
So they're feeling
referendum.
Oh, look at the people in Lake County don't have.
They
a
all
problem
want
with
it.
this.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So instead of saying, "Are you in favor of the state taxing your property 1%?"
I saw that.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Are you in favor of the ban?
Right.
Is how they phrase it. Are you in favor of the ban?
Right. So instead of using the least amount of words as possible to make it as clear as possible. They make it as confusing as possible to get the answer that they want. Brian Bernardoni went to a Chicago Association of Realtors. He's the head of governmental affairs. He went to a hearing about rent control in the city of Chicago. Right? He's the only one speaking, the only opponent against it. All the proponents were there, but the opponents never got the notice to come to support their viewpoint. Okay? All of these things have been tried in other states. Here's an idea, right? Why don't you go from like 700 bodies of government down to 300 bodies of government so we don't have to pay all of this overhead and all of this like redundancy?
That would be too simple.
It's ridiculous.
Getting back to the psychology of how they're phrasing this question, so they're phrasing it so people they want
say
people,
no.
They want people to say no.
Correct. But they're phrasing it in a way that says, "Are you?"
No. They want people to say yes.
They do.
No, they want people to say no.
Yeah, because you're against it, so you're going to say no. I don't like it.
Are you
but
in
no means
favor
yes.
of a ban?
And people, because
if
my
you're in
point is,
favor of
most
the
people are going to,
ban,
when I
the
vote,
answer is yes.
Most people, their
If
gut
you're
thing is
not,
no.
you
I don't
say
want more
no.
taxes, so I'm going to say no.
Correct. And they
So
read
they're
it too
phrasing the
quickly.
question, so if you say
Correct.
no, you're actually voting for it.
That's
So that's why they're
So
doing
they
it.
want you to say yes.
No, I want you to say no.
They want you to say no, but you should say yes.
You should say yes.
Yes,
right.
I'm in
What
favor
they
of
want
the
you
ban.
To, sorry, you're right.
Yes.
They want you to say no, but you should say yes because you
Correct.
are in favor
That's
of
right.
the ban.
Correct.
That's right.
You're in favor of the ban. So if they added that little ban in there to confuse you.
So I'll bet if you took a percentage of how people vote yes or no, I bet it's not 50-50. I bet 65, 70% of people automatically say no. If they don't understand the question,
Correct.
no.
It's a meaningless.
Because they see text.
It's
Are you
a
in
meaningless
favor?
referendum
So
because
all
the answer
they're-
doesn't really mean anything.
Right, but all they're seeing is, are you in favor of tax?
Right.
No.
No.
And
Right.
you're fast.
Right.
It's the last question on the ballot, too.
Yeah, because most people don't want to raise taxes.
Correct.
Regardless of the reason.
But
if it's
it's
school
that
referendum or
word
whatever.
ban in there that's confusing.
That's very clever of them.
It's very clever.
And so if they're clever enough to fool everybody, they'll use it and say, see?
Correct.
And if they're not clever enough, they won't use it. They won't even point it out.
Correct.
So it's
Correct.
like
So
it's a win-win.
It's a lose-lose for us.
Well, lose, yes.
Complete screw job.
I agree with that.
Is what
I agree
it
with
is. Okay, so how about this? Manage your business better. Right?
Yeah, hello. Like everybody else in the world has to
Manage your
their
business
world
better. So you don't go out of business.
Right.
Government is a business, right? Right? Manage your business better. But they don't want business people like Karen or something like that. Her opponent is Madigan's ass-licking lapdog.
Right.
Okay, and I will say that on the air. Okay? Is his lapdog.
Maybe not ass-licking.
Okay, right. Not probably good.
Butt-licking.
Is his ass-kissing lapdog. And he will do whatever Madigan says. Okay?
Is that why you look peaked?
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's because I'm looking at him when he's
Joe,
talking.
we already established this is live on Facebook, right? That's what I'm saying.
That's why I'm over here.
At least 12 people have been shot, at least 4 of them. 3 police officers have been shot. It's not clear if
Oh, God, I love you.
a white male has
Another
surrendered. Police
shooting.
continue
We have
to
4
search
whole
the
people
building.
watching this.
Police sources told
4?
KDKA the gunman said
I thought we have 800.
That's
No,
on
that's listening online.
4 people
On Facebook.
No, so we can say whatever we want.
Oh, because we capture this and then
No, people hear this
reconstitute
shit.
it.
Remember when you and I were talking? And I'm like, what the
Well,
fuck?
that's why I'm not sure how you have it connected. Like mine right now is got this.
Oh, you're on the Wi-Fi? I let you in.
No. I'm talking about listening to. We're listening to the radio. They're here on my feed. They're listening to
Oh, then it must be.
the ads.
It must be.
You're not connecting it to the. You're not connecting it to the board.
Oh, no, I'm off. Is that on or off?
It's on. It's on. It's red.
Well, from the WLS AM 890 Traffic Center, I'm Ken Zire with the
Well, you know, everybody in this room knows what's taking long. Guys, like, get the engineer in there to fix it. I'm
So I
like,
got.
woo! I'm the engineer. All aboard!
All aboard!
I'll show you though, David.
What you got, baby?
It's like I got a picture of Karen Feldman up while she's talking.
Oh, there you go.
No views. It's a nice view.
There we go.
54.
All right, here we go. Views, but people watching now. There we go.
Well, tell these people that watch it.
591-8900, 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com. WLSDavid.com. For over 30 years, Mr. Floor, who has been providing free samples to all of our listeners of their cleaning products, has provided Chicagoland homeowners and businesses with complete flooring solutions, including their proprietary line of cleaning products that I just mentioned. The finest hardwood flooring installation, refinishing, and repair. Over 20,000. Catching up to you, Roy. They only have 20,000. Mr. 400,000 over there. Satisfied customers reflect their consistency, commitment to service, and value, carrying one of the largest exclusive selections of hardwood flooring in Chicago. They guarantee the highest level of product quality and service. Hundreds of engineered and solid, pre-finished and unfinished wood flooring options to natural stone, ceramic, carpeting, and decorative polymer flooring. They just did the carpeting in my bedroom, in my basement. Well, I sleep down there a lot. So I guess that could be considered my bedroom. In my basement, that Permaseal just waterproof. The possibilities are absolutely endless. Let's go around the horn real quick before we get over to Karen Feldman. Stephen A. Leahy, people want to reach you. IRS Answer Man, Radio Answer Man. People want to reach you. How do they do that?
312-664-6649.
Roy Spencer, Permaseal.
800-421-7325.
Donna Sattler, Remax at Home, fellow realtor of Karen Feldman, who's
Yes.
running for state representative.
You can reach me at 847-651-3300 for all your real estate needs.
MegaPros Joe, MegaPros Home Improvements. You want to say something, or should we just hit this
No.
button?
847-658-8989. I'm feeling peaked.
Yeah, you look good. Thank you to Dave Schluter, Patrick Noon, and my neighbor Sherry Rossoff for watching. All right, let's go back to future state representative of the 59th district, who is running for an open seat, Carol Sente, who was my really good friend down there. She has retired in 18 days. She will be 17 days now, no longer the state rep of the 59th district. So, Karen, in the next 5 minutes, what are the three biggest issues that our listeners that have the capability of voting, and everybody should vote no matter what district you're in, but this is the 59th district. You and I go way back. We've done business together. We've consulted together. You've done business with other lenders, mortgage professionals at Pearl. You're well known within the office there. What are the top three? Let's do three issues that separate you from your lap-sitting Madigan lackey that you're running against. What are the top three issues that you guys differ between you and him?
Well, I have a plan. So that would be number one. I want to make Illinois more business friendly again. I think that the property taxes are huge. And one of the reasons is the school districts are reaching out to the property owners to fill their gaps. And Illinois Constitution mandates that Illinois be the majority funder of education. However, we only fund education at 28% here. And so the schools are reaching out to all the property owners, and that's the biggest part of your tax bill. So at the same time, Illinois is making the state so business unfriendly. They've got all these regulations. We're the most regulated state in the country. If we can just make it a little bit more business friendly, bring in revenue that way, fund education more, then our property taxes will sure to go down. The other issue, when I knock on doors, number one issue is property taxes. Number two issue is the negative political climate, and it's leading to voter apathy. People don't want to even be a part of this anymore. But again, this morning I saw the polls, there was a line out the door before it even opened. So I'm not so sure if everyone is staying at home or showing up or who's showing up. But people just are so sickened by the negative ads. And my opponent, he's a handpicked Madigan guy, worked for Lisa Madigan, worked for Terry Link, he worked for John Cullerton in the Senate, supervisor at Vernon Township for 3 months before he decides he wants to run for state rep. He has almost $700,000 from Mike Madigan, and I've got about 40 mailers out there saying that I'm the worst person on the planet. So, so I'm trying to counteract that. You've probably seen the commercial. It's just really awful. I'm pro-choice.
Yeah, but according to his flyers, you're not. According to his flyers, you're.
No, of course. Because he's preying on women's fears, because the big movement is like the Me Too movement, and he's trying to get ahead of it. So, of course, he's going to say, I waged a war on women. and I hate women and all this other stuff. So
can I just clarify one thing? You are a woman, right? Right. I just want for the
Thanks
record.
for noticing, yes.
Yes, and you don't hate as a woman. You don't hate your fellow members of your species of other women. Would that be safe? I don't know what to say. I was trying to go as generic as possible. Would it be a true statement that you do not hate other women as a woman?
Not only do I not hate other women, I'm a big proponent of myself.
Okay, there you go. Okay, that should settle that. And lastly, for our listeners, why should they vote for you?
Because you know what, I have a history. I've been a village trustee in my town of Lincolnshire for 9 years. It's a bipartisan board. We don't get paid, but we are elected, and we work together for the best interest of the people. I think people need to go out there and vote for the person who has your best interest at heart, not themselves, not Mike Madigan. The hardest part about legislating is looking down the line, not kicking the can down the line, looking down the line and seeing, you know what, we have to make some hard choices because it's going to pay off in 5 years, 7 years, and not just doing, legislation to the next election. Because this state is in dire need, and we need to fix this. It's just terrible.
All right. And the only reason I'm having Karen on, she's not even my state representative. I can't even vote for Karen. Right, is because of the crap that this a-hole pulled on her, a friend of mine, with negative crap that went after her negatively with untruth statements and just started attacking her. So when you attack a friend of mine, then you're attacking me, and I'm going to back you up. So watch yourself out there, because if you want to run for state elected office, it's a dirty field that you have to dance in, unfortunately. And Karen's tough enough to handle the crap. So I just wanted to bring her on to diffuse some of the nonsense out there, to thank her for standing up for the state of Illinois and for hopefully going down to Springfield after winning the election in a couple of weeks and kicking ass, right? So,
thank you so much.
All right, go sell a house, all right? You got to pay for this election, for God's sake. It's costing you a fortune.
They're waiting for me to.
All right, go open the house.
Nice job, Karen.
Okay,
Nice.
talk to you later.
All right, Karen Feldman, take care. 312-591-8900. 312-591-8900. Karen Feldman, Republican candidate for the 59th State Representative District in the northwestern suburbs.
You know what? Politics starts at the local level. And you
Politics
really
is
have to
always
be involved.
local.
She's
And
like
start-
the local school board.
Right. I mean,
like yourself.
I'm just
I
plug-
give you
yeah, I'm plugging
credit
my own boy.
I give you credit when you feel like you can make a difference, though.
Well, listen,
You know
you're
what
coming
I'm
after a
saying?
friend
It's
of mine.
tough.
You don't. What the crap that this putz was saying was wrong, and I just wanted to back her up. So that's it. You come after me, you come after one of my
You're a
friends.
big protector.
No, I just
you
don't.
protect me, David.
I protect you.
Of course he
Sure,
does.
Joe's bigger than me. 312-591-8900. WLSDavid.com.
Susan, why are you in the spa? Just saving energy. ComEd is helping me save energy too. With a free home energy assessment, discounts on energy efficient products, they even have rebates on insulation.
I know all that.
And
Customers have saved an average of $500 on their energy bills.
oh yeah?
Yeah, saving energy is great.
See how the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program can help you save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives. Funded in compliance with state law.
How do I prepare myself for my economic future?
I want to get a job. How can I prepare for the jobs of the future?
Who can I ask?
Let your voice be heard during the 16th Annual Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation Conference, La Presencia Latina, Securing Our Economic Future, on Friday, November 16th at the Hilton Chicago Oak Brook Resort Conference Center, 3500 Midwest Road, Oak Brook, Illinois. Free parking. Register at www.illcf.net or call 224-366-8512. A message from the ILLCF.
Hey guys, pardon the advertising interruption to your radio program. Do yourself a favor and please listen carefully. If you have tried or wanted to try Viagra or other male prescriptions in the last few years, you need to hear about Noxitril, the super pill that will transform your sex life forever. You see, Noxitril has been formulated and developed in U.S. FDA labs, and it's the real deal. Noxitril works, period. Strong, explosive results that increase blood flow fast. And best of all, there are no side effects like prescription meds. After years of research, the developers of Noxitril got it right. This remarkable pill is off the charts. Right now, we encourage you to take advantage of our incredible free bottle offer. So what are you waiting for? Noxitril. It's that good.
Call right now and get your free supply. Call 800-605-9609. That's 800-605-9609. It's like Viagra on steroids. Improve your sex life and get bigger with your free supply. Call 800-605-9609. That's 1-800-605-9609.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home Chicago with David Hochberg. If you're interested in talking to David about a mortgage, call him directly at 312-751-1333. That's 312-751-1333, or visit his website at PearlDavid.com. PERLDavid.com. Here's your host, David Hochberg on WLSAM 890.
312-591-8900. Thank you to the great Vince Argento for the rejoins. 312-591-8900, WLSD.com.
What's a rejoin?
That's what Vince. Welcome back to
Oh, I was going to say, that's, I like that.
Chops. Go ahead, Chops. Go ready.
This is Home Sweet Home Chicago with David Hochberg. If you're interested in talking to...
All right, so that's a rejoin.
Okay,
You've been on the radio 5 years. That's good. Don't worry about that.
What do I know about rejoins?
We'll get you going. 312-591-8900, 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com. WLSDavid.com. We've got a question here from Richard, who said, "Hi, David. Really enjoy your show." I said, "Are you listening to WLS? Maybe you're listening to the John Williams show on WGN." But he said, "No, I'm listening to WLS." Can you explain what is involved in buying a foreclosure? The owner of the home next door to mine in Oak Lawn passed away 2 years ago, and the two sons walked away from the home. There has been water damage from a frozen pipe. My gut is telling me it's probably complicated. Was thinking maybe a teardown situation. Thanks, Rick G. So let's go over to Roy first. And then because you're up next with your next segment at the bottom of the hour, then we're going to get over to Joe. But Permanent Seal Waterproofing and Basement Defender, people walking out of homes, the basement defending would be a good indicator that you've got challenges, because you'd get a email right away or a text message every morning saying, "Hey, we've got a problem." Would it detect a broken pipe in your basement as well?
Well, probably, because what does water do? It runs down.
Right.
So we get a lot of calls where water's in the basement where it actually stemmed from up above, and especially in a vacant home where nobody's there, the water eventually runs down into the ends up in the basement and runs to the floor drain or to the sump pump. Sump pump starts running. So yeah, when the sump pump's running, it shouldn't be. You're going to get a notification. Hey, your sump pump's running a lot.
Something's up.
The Basement Defender will actually send you an app letting you know when the last time sump pump run, how often it's running, and you look outside. Hey, it's not raining. Why is my sump pump running? So there's that. There's also with the Basement Defender, there's a humidity sensor. So if the humidity is getting too high in the basement, you will get an alert. If the temperature, people who travel, I wanted to talk about that today because we're getting into this, season. People are getting away, going to their winter homes and things, and they're hoping that their sump pump is going to work. They know it's going to work because sump pumps work all year round. Sometimes we get a thaw on the ground. The ground is 55 degrees, so there's always water around our basement, even in the middle of winter in January when it's 20 below zero. Below ground, it's 55 degrees. So the snow is melting. It's finding its way to the bottom of the basement. So basements can leak all year round. Your sump pumps can run all year round. And if you're sitting down in Naples, Florida or something, and everything was working when you left, so you assume it's going to be working when you come back home.
I'll be gone in 5 months, 6 months. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it would be good to know every day that your sump pump is working. And Basement Defender is the only product that can do that will actually test your pump every day, physically run it, and send you an alert if there's any problem with the pumps, the battery charger, the temperature or humidity level in your basement. And, for a couple dollars a day, or it's less than that, you're going to know that every day and have that peace of mind. So that's what's cool about the Basement Defender.
And it goes right on top of your current sump pump. And it took your guys, 45 minutes to an hour to install it? Or something like that.
Yeah, it's a piece of equipment that sits in your existing sump pit. And sometimes we can use homeowner's pumps. Sometimes it needs to be replaced, but we'll look at that. Every situation is different. But either way, we'll set it up so it'll test it. It uses your home Wi-Fi to send the signal and things like that.
And what percentage of pumps fail?
That would be all of them.
All of them?
100%. They all fail. It's just
all
a
of
matter of time, and you just don't know when they're going to fail, and that's what leads to the real disaster and the catastrophe. When you thought the pump was working, you thought you were good, you had a backup pump, so you just have this false sense of security, and you think it's working because it worked last time, but those are the people who flood when, geez, it didn't work. I don't understand, and things because they didn't test it that day.
Do you get a lot of these? I'll bounce between you and Don and everybody else. A vacant home. It's now, father passed away or the family passed away. The two kids said, screw it, threw it on the table. Why you would do that without trying to sell it first is completely blows my mind.
There's a lot of different reasons.
I know. Trust me, I know. But
I think that's about one of the worst things. And Down, you can bear me on it. The worst thing for home is for it to sit vacant. That's one thing. And people are living in it. They're paying attention. They're using things and stuff. And you're aware of things. You're taking care of things. But a home is vacant, is defenseless, and nature wants to take it back.
Right. Between vermin, water, elements, it's a recipe for disaster.
That was the name of my high school band. How'd you know that? 312-591-8900, 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com.
What was the name? Recipe for Disaster?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then with vermin.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you were going with the name thing. Recipe
the
for Disaster is actually
and
funny
they were
for
the
you.
backup singers. Vermin, rodents, and critters. Those were
I didn't know where you were going.
Yeah, either did I. Just kind of
stay with the Recipe for Disaster.
Yeah, okay, well, let's just move on. It was funny when we didn't even look at it. 312-591-8900, 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com, WLSDavid.com. You just rolled out with it. You created this product. This was your brainchild through almost 40 years of experience seeing people have catastrophes in their basement. And this was your way of saying, hey, how can we stop this from happening so we could get into your basements to fix the challenges before they become catastrophic emergencies?
Yeah, well, that's one of our core values at Permasil. We always strive to be better, and we look at things and we're pretty good, and we're always trying to find better products, better services, better way of doing things, ways to provide better customer service. But and that was one of the biggest ones to me, because when people get floods and
it sucks.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, what are you going to do? All pumps fail, and even backup pumps and batteries and mechanical things fail. Well, what are you going to do? That's just a fact of life. Well, does it have to be? And so we started thinking about that and researching and say, no, it doesn't have to be. And technology's out there. So let's just harness and bring it to this industry. And so, yeah, we're very excited about that, because now we can give people a level of protection we were never able to do before.
312-591-8900, 312-591-8900. Go to WLSDavid.com, WLSDavid.com. I'm going to throw it to Donna real quick. What, in this type of situation with the family member like this, you have a next door neighbor now that has been watching this home, as Roy said, over the past couple of years, watch nature take it back over. Where do they go? Where's the starting point to try to figure out how we could buy it? Because it's got to be an eyesore and negatively impacting his home value.
Correct. That's kind of a long and involved, and kind of there's some legal aspects to that. But in Illinois, we're what's called a title holder state. So we as homeowners hold title to the property, as opposed to some states like California where the bank holds the title. So in order for the property to be conveyed at all, I guess the first step for them would be to contact the relatives who have walked away.
If they could find them.
If they can find them. But, and Stephen, you could probably comment to this, but in order for the bank to take over, there has to be a judicial sale of the property to get that title from
after a death.
The
That's correct.
homeowner.
So,
correct.
David, we had a client, that a mutual client.
Oh, the reverse mortgage guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He passed away.
Right.
I don't know. And same, now this just happened to him. So he has a nephew who wants to take over the property. But he didn't have a will. There's no probate. He can't get the property. He can't sell it. He can't. The family can't do anything with it. So the only.
So that answers your previous question.
So the only thing they can do then is they have to go through the foreclosure process.
Right.
Now you can move that along. You can do what they. actually you can't because there's nobody in charge, right? So they have to go to court. They have to get somebody appointed to represent the estate. It takes a long time,
right?
And then they have to get a judicial sale, and because that's the only way they're going to get title,
right? So in that case, from the caller, most bank-owned foreclosures are sold through realtors. So for him, he's going to have to do a lot of legwork and kind of figure out what's going on there with that house.
Or maybe hire a real estate attorney like Dave Schluter to do the legwork.
And do the legwork. But, there's not really much that he can do if he doesn't have a lot of information.
Hey, David, could I take a few minutes here?
Sure.
Just because winter's coming on, I'm out working in my yard, trying to button the yard down for the thing, and I just wanted to let homeowners know things they can do for their should do. Number one is window wells. Clean them out. There's drains in there. We talked about that.
I know that.
And so, clean the drain out now because there's leaves and things are going to be falling, and then put covers on them. Nice custom covers that are permanent so you'll have less maintenance to do. So that's that first thing. Second thing is a big one is downspouts. A lot of people have downspouts that are, they've got these long extensions laying across the yard that they're going to freeze the thing. Or even if they have underground extensions, if there's a solid connection between the downspout and the underground connection, all that's going to freeze because the ground is going to freeze, which can cause ice dams, and Joe will bear witness to that, and stuff, which causes major problems. All because if they would create an air gap between the downspout and that underground extension so that if the underground pipe freezes, that's okay when the gutter can still splash out onto the ground then. So creating that air gap between their downspouts, yes, in every house should do that, but most houses don't.
Right.
A third thing would be similarly with the sump pump discharges. They got it, in summer you can run it, extend it wherever. But once, in wintertime, that pipe, even if it's 6 inches or 12 inches or 20 inches below ground, it's going to freeze. And if it's laying on top of the ground, it's going to freeze. And your sump pump wants to run, and it's running against a frozen line. All that water is just going to burst your check valve inside, and you're going to have a flooded basement. So let's look at those sump pump discharges, shorten it. It's okay in the wintertime for the water just splash out next to the house. Way better than having a frozen pipe. So look at the sump pump discharge. So if they would just do those three things, we can avoid a lot of problems that are going to turn into emergencies when those pumps have to run in the wintertime.
Have you thought about doing videos? Have you thought about doing like quick 90-second videos showing people where all of those three things are? Because even though you just said it, most people have no idea what you're talking about. And you can come to my house and show what you installed in my backyard. No, he did. And he put this grate there with a, that has the gap because my downspout kept freezing up and I kept having challenges up top.
Very common problem.
There you go. So Laura Ann, I know you're listening because there you go.
She's the one you got to talk to.
It's a great idea, Dave. I'm not going to do it. Laura Ann, get Roy in front of a camera around somebody's house and great idea. Say these are the three things you should check.
That's a good idea.
And we'll plug the hell out of it on our show here.
Yeah, one of the things
play the video here.
Yeah,
you did mention. You guys do a great job with those window well covers.
Yeah, right. They're like I say, they're custom made. They're permanent. You put them on once, and you have it there.
It's different than the junk you can buy in the store.
You make them?
Yes, we do.
Oh, I did not know that.
We custom make them.
Yeah,
we custom make them for every home. Yeah, we haven't done this for your house yet.
No, we want to
Okay,
get
another
another project.
Oh, there you go. There's another. Yeah, your grandkids going to better college now. 312-591-8900.
They don't have to go to community college.
Yeah, take 4 years to figure it out. Hochberg's got another problem. 312-591-8900. Come back down to Sattler. Staging or not to stage, that is the question. 312-591-8900. WLSDavid.com.
There will be a lot of cloud cover into the afternoon on this Saturday, and the high will get close to 53. And then rain will move in after midnight with a low of 42. Rain will continue to fall into the afternoon on Sunday with gusty winds out of the west and a high of 55. Then a sunny and warmer start to the work week on Monday with a high in the upper 50s. From the Weather Channel, I'm Jeff Marr, WLS AM 890 with another update in 30 minutes.
WLS AM 890.
Special report, deadly Pittsburgh shooting. A suspect is in custody after a gunman opened fire at a synagogue in Pittsburgh with multiple fatalities reported. Fred Rabner is a member of the Tree of Life Synagogue.
Everyone is just gut checking and calling all around the community to make sure that their loved ones and their family members are accounted for. But we all have been saying to each other over the last half hour that, yes, my son's accounted for, my daughter's accounted for, my friends, close friends are accounted for. But the fact that undoubtedly all of us will know who those congregants are that have lost their lives to this tragedy is unmistakable. We will absolutely know who they are. This is a small community.
CNN is reporting.
Taking nationally, but there's different things we have to do nationally to distribute and get things ready to give to another dealer. But yeah, we've got over 250 of them out there now, and it's really taking legs, and so selling a lot more every week than we ever did. So
downtown,
I think we talked about it before, but you get the insurance company to offer discounts because you have one of those
on the expressways.
It does, and like I said, I think the more we have it out there, the longer and more proven it is, the more
on the ice tower,
credibility
you can expect 30 from 392 at downtown, 29 going the other way. Stevenson 55, pretty good. Dan Bryan slows inbound Cermak to the circle, gives up about 20 there. 57, looking good. Bishop Ford is down. Still slow, 159 to 154.
There's a company named Metal Master.
115 to 103rd inbound, outbound. Good.
Metal
Lakeshore Drive,
they
pockets
do all
delay,
the
nothing
fancy
real serious.
metal
On the Tri-State, you're
They're
slow
out in
southbound.
McHenry.
190 to
they're
Irving Park.
giant. They
Tri-State
work
heavy,
nationally and
northbound
everything.
Grand to Irving Park.
He makes more money
the
on
Rankin
this
is slow
frickin',
westbound from the
I
Tri-State
forgot what
to
they're called,
York
but
Road,
the
the Veterans
little
Memorial.
things that
It's stop and go,
for,
southbound between
the
St.
ice
Charles and
off of,
Roosevelt Road.
Yeah.
From the WLS AM
I've got
890
those
traffic
on my
center.
metal
On
roof.
Denver,
They
next
help
update,
pick up the ice.
So he
invented it.
invented
That's
that.
awesome. Yeah, the guy should be rich then, because that's the game
A
saver.
ton of money.
Because I
Donna?
have all
Yes.
kinds of problems.
Telephone number.
847-651.
Again, so they came back. You put those on there. Yeah, they put those on there, and no problem. Wow, it was the simplest little thing, but why they didn't put it on when they put the roof on it, I don't know.
This unbeatable offer will not last long. To see if your business and property qualifies, call 833-BANK-Q.
You look exasperated. You look exasperated.
Or contact us
Joe,
on
let's
web
speak
at
it. You look exasperated.
Yeah, David. You look
We just need somebody that starts with an N, an I, and an S, and then we'll be a penis.
Just a little bit over here.
What?
No, his brain is just
brain works. And it's just like,
His brain just goes right to
You're
penis.
exasperated. You're fucking nuts. So there's the end.
he does have a point.
Boys Intelligent Steve Studios. So there's your penis.
I want you to.
Oh, I don't want to be on TV.
You don't want it?
No.
There we go.
Marketing.
Call it directly at 312.
Now let's talk about staging. Then I got to get these callers in there. Then Joe will go to you.
751-1333 or visit his website at pearldavid.com. PERLDavid.com. Now more Home Sweet Home Chicago with David Hochberg on WLSAM 890.
312-591-8900, 312-591-8900. Thank you to Vince Argento for the rejoin. Do you now know what that means?
Yes,
Okay,
I do.
there you go. Very well done.
It's a beautiful
It's
rejoin.
a very beautiful rejoin.
Yes.
My rejoin is better than any other real estate show rejoin ever. 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com, WLSDavid.com. Donna Sattler, we're going to throw it over to you. We got Penny and Jamie on the phone. We're going to get to you guys in a second here. But Donna, to stage or not to stage, what does staging mean?
Well, that's how I was going to start it out. What is staging?
HGTV and all these design shows. What the heck is staging? Why is it important? And is it needed?
Okay. What staging is basically any steps that you will take to improve, market, and present your home to sell in the shortest amount of time for the most amount of money. We all live in our homes, and living in our homes and selling our homes are two different things. Staging can be something as simple as, taking a look at the front door and the exterior, and it's for the exterior and the interior of your home. It's decluttering is perhaps the very first step in staging, getting rid of stuff.
Remove your crap.
Remove your crap. A lot of people have a lot of stuff that can distract potential buyers from seeing the potential of the home and seeing themselves in the home. So staging can be done by you. I've had clients who have homes that are straight out of Crate and Barrel, and they look fabulous. They're ready to go. I've had clients that need a tremendous amount of work to kind of get the house prepped and ready to go. There are professional stagers out there. They will come in for a consultation, and they will give you suggestions, or they will actually do the entire staging process for you. And that could be something as simple as using your own furniture and things to create a more desirable look for the home.
Well, there's companies that bring in the furniture, move your stuff out, bring in their own furniture.
Correct, and they can bring they can bring the whole ball of wax in there for you as well. What does staging cost? Well, the initial consultation will probably cost you anywhere from $300 to $600. That's for the initial consultation, and then the cost of the staging, depending on what you want to do, would go from there. You can also do the work yourself from the information that you gleaned from the initial consultation. There's also the subject of staging a vacant house. Pictures of a vacant house are very uninspiring. There is something called virtual staging that can be done as well, which is basically having electronic furniture put and placed in the home.
Really?
Yes. And that works well for vacant homes because pictures, you take a picture of a bedroom with nothing in it and you've got 4 bedrooms. What's different? The paint color? That's about it. Right? So it just creates a little bit more interest online, which is where most people are looking for their home. So the question to stage or not to stage, I would always say there is almost always a limited amount of things that you should do, and you could take it from the most minimalist staging to a full board, full blown, or virtual stage.
Because I watch those realtor shows out in New York, and that's like huge, where they bring in moving trucks.
Oh yeah,
and they move out.
You can go as crazy as you want, but it depends on how much money you're looking at. Keep in mind that a stager is going to charge you per room per month, with usually a minimum 3-month commitment. So it could go into the thousands of dollars. And obviously, the bigger the home, the higher the cost. And not every room needs to be staged. The most popular rooms to be staged would be the kitchen, the living room, the master bedroom, and a light staging in the bathrooms.
Okay. Entryway?
Oh, that always should be looking good. That's the first moment that you come into the house.
Yeah.
That should be, your front door and your entry should always be very appealing.
Are realtors qualified as stagers, or they're
Some are,
specific
some aren't.
staging companies?
They're staging companies. A lot of times you can get advice if you don't want to, as a seller, put that money out there. And again, it's going to depend. Are we talking about a $150,000 house or a $750,000 house?
Yeah, but to give
it's going to be a
credit,
different situation.
you're good at that.
Well, yeah,
You help your people.
What I call we fluff it up. Declutter.
Oh, you're not a stager, you're a fluffer?
Let's not go there, please, Joe.
But that's what she said.
I'm staying the hell out of this.
Again, first thing is decluttering. Second thing is always a paint job can make a place look completely fresh. So after you've decluttered and painted and cleaned and perhaps rearranged a little bit of furniture, I can help with that, yes.
You could fluff it.
I can fluff it.
And then the stager comes in and talks about the perfect color paint for that type of home.
The arrangement of the furniture,
right.
the type of accessories,
Right.
where it should be placed. A lot of them will get involved in the feng shui of things or feng shui. So it's, you can take it any level that you want. Bottom line is, should you stage at some level? Yes.
Okay.
It will shorten the market time and will, on average, they say between 1% and 9%
and
more money.
And feng shui is not a meal at the Chinese restaurant. It has to do with
it is
placement,
and it's delicious.
It's delicious,
but especially with thin rice noodles, it's phenomenal. But
Dave, I want to point out one thing though. All right, Donna, you do help your regular customers do exactly that. Right?
Exactly.
So you
and I
help them
have a whole room full of accessories, towels, little knickknacks.
I wanted you to get credit.
Yeah.
That's all.
And again, it's going to vary with each of your clients. It's going to be a different approach, and it's going to depend on the condition of their home, which is why you need a professional to get the ball rolling and the conversation started.
If you've got a 1965 house that was built in 1965, which most of them were built in my neighborhood, 1965, mid-60s and all that, and it still looks like it
65,
it looks like
69.
1965, right? With the gigantic boulder fireplaces and the hardwood floors with the knots in it, and and the small rooms that don't flow properly, because that's what it was in 1965. You have to blow it up and do some different things and make. If you don't want to knock a wall down, you got to make the rooms look bigger through less or more furniture or reposition.
This
furniture.
kind of ties with what Joe does. Again, depending on the level that the client wants to go. I mean, we can take those walls out. We can do those kind of things. But then you get to the point of, am I getting the return on the investment?
Yeah, the cost reward.
Right.
And thank you for the 219 for sending me for texting in 312-591-8900 the Wikipedia explanation for a fluffer. I really appreciate that. That's very, very timely.
Oh,
and it's good to see that.
Could you read it, Dave?
No, I cannot. I can, but I won't.
Please don't.
I can read it, but I will not read it on the air. How's that? Penny, you got a quick question. How can we help you? Penny.
Yes.
Hi. Welcome to Home Sweet Home Chicago. How can we help you?
Well, I have a house that was built in 1925, but it was totally redone in 2003. The basement has a big, in the corner, it's got the cement floor is literally, there's a hole and you stick your finger in it and you lift this big chunk of cement.
Right. So your basement's falling apart. Your foundation is crumbling.
No, it's the sub pump.
Sump pump.
That's where the sub pump is, yeah. And in the summer, my poor basement smells horrible.
Okay.
Horrible. It doesn't smell like rotten eggs, but it does smell damp, and I've tried putting a rug over that to keep the smell in.
Yeah, probably a rug is the wrong idea, Penny, for a lot of reasons.
What kind of rug did you use?
Yeah. And did you use the same rug for the past 20 years?
That's going to smell, Penny.
Bleach down there. I've tried everything. But
Where do you live, Penny? Where do you live?
In South Elgin.
Do you service South Elgin, Roy Spencer, Purvisville?
I'll answer. He does.
Thank you. And Penny, please, please call us for a free estimate. You can afford this, okay? And the guy will come out and we'll do an examination of your basement. You may not be getting any water in your basement, just the fact that it's damp and humid, even in the summer months, and you've got an open sump pit. Those are all things that are not things you should be living with.
No.
And it's not healthy for you. It's causing damages and things, and it's depreciating the value of your house. So we can give you free ideas and several suggestions on how to resolve. We can help you with all of those problems. It's not a way to live.
And let me tell you something. When I'm out with buyers and we're going into a house and we smell a stinky basement or a musty basement, that's a huge turnoff.
Well, I'll tell you what. Can you go to her house to smell her basement and see if it smells like the headphones?
You've got quite a sniffer on you.
Yeah, because you've got.
And a sniffer.
Yeah, I mean, you're like a freaking hound dog
So
over there.
She's smelling her headphones.
So Donna could tell you exactly where the origin of that odor is coming from and what country it originated from. But hang on, Penny.
I think this is a job for Roy Spencer.
Yeah, it could be a job for your nose to identify the odor.
But here's the thing: if you walked in there today, you wouldn't smell a thing.
Oh, Donna would.
And
Donna would. She's like a forensic bloodhound. Yeah.
I keep my off-season clothes hung down there, and there's no mold or must. But in the summer, boy, when that furnace goes off, boy.
So it's a furnace question, not a sump pump question.
No, it's a humidity problem, and that's when the humidity problems become most apparent, when it's hot out because your basement's cool, and the difference in the humidity level manifests itself and things. And like I say, so that is causing you a problem in the summer. But it's again, the fact that you have an open sump pit, that's a hazard, for the pump as well as your pets and people in the basement things.
Do you have hardwood floors in your house?
I do.
All right, and that's not good. And I'm not being funny. That's not good for hardwood floors because it's adding moisture to the floors.
The excess humidity and things. So,
but don't you think? Yeah, but don't you think by now that problem would have showed up? Because I've been in there 16 years, and that floor was not replaced when they redid the house. They literally But
Well, maybe
yeah,
maybe your senses are so warped that you don't realize how warped your floor is.
Right.
You know, there's something called
two rugs on it.
there's something that
why do you fix everything with a rug?
It's a good, cheap, easy fix.
I'll tell you what, all those Oriental rug places that go out of business, she loves this lady here because she runs around and starts picking up discount. Hang on, Penny.
What are you going to do when your roof leaks, Penny? More rugs?
Oh, that's good too.
But if I had a nickel for every time somebody says, well, that it's never been a problem, it's been that way for 16 years, and all of a sudden they have a problem, there's something called the straw that breaks the camel back. So it's a cumulative effect. So you may never had a problem, and all of a sudden you do. That's what happens.
Yeah. Penny, hang on, all right? We're going to send you some Mr. Floor wood cleaner. We're going to get your information to send, give to Roy Spencer. Roy, if people have challenges like Penny that are running out of rugs to put over the problem, what number should they call?
800-421-SEAL, and it's free.
Hey, Kev, let's pick up Penny and get her some wood floor cleaner from Mr. Floor. 312-591-8900, 312-591-8900. Ellen, you got a quick comment for Donna? Ellen.
Hello. Hi, my name is Ellen, and this is a shout-out to Donna, who I hope she remembers me. Back in either July or August, I called her because my daughter and son-in-law were having a hard time selling their home. Donna had absolutely nothing to gain by even speaking to me. She went.
Oh, I do remember you, Ellen.
Yes. You made some wonderful suggestions for them to change in their listing. They have sold their house and they have their townhome, and now they are in a single-family home. They have 3 small children. They have a backyard. And if it hadn't been for you, I think they'd still be waiting to sell.
Now, when they move again, you're going to call me, though, right?
Absolutely. But David Hockford,
you didn't even have to say that.
Is such an asset to your show, and she was beyond gracious.
Oh, thank you.
Speak to me. Called me back numerous times and had nothing to gain from it. It wasn't her listing. She just is a wonderful woman.
You are so sweet, Ellen. Thank you so much.
You are so much. And actually, right now, I just told my daughter to call Robert and Andreas because they need some concrete.
Oh, there you go.
Oh. And that's because I listen to your show every week. So
Did we do their mortgage, Ellen? Did we do their mortgage?
No, unfortunately, that was all taken care of by the time I called.
Oh, okay, well, there goes your floor cleaner. Hang on. 312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com.
Thank you, Ellen.
You know what's really annoying?
What, Lindsay?
People who talk about the holidays too early.
I agree, but I want to remind everyone that the holidays are coming. And if you want to remodel your kitchen, that time is now.
Tom Jenke, I know your Edge Kitchen and Bath is where people should go for a kitchen remodel.
Absolutely.
How long does a typical remodel take?
Usually it takes 8 to 10 weeks, depending on the product lines you choose.
I guess the first step is to come by the Edge.
Yes, our designers will make your dream kitchen come true, all before the holidays.
Okay, so planning ahead can be a good thing.
It is.
I better start planning my wish list now.
Get a new kitchen in time for the holidays at the Edge Kitchen and Bath, Builder Supply Outlet on Cermak Road at 25th Avenue in Broadview.
Or the Edge Kitchen and Bath in Orland Park.
High-end look without the high-end price. The Edge Kitchen and Bath Showroom.
Online at edgekitchenandbath.com.
Welcome back to Home Sweet Home Chicago with David Hochberg. If you're interested in talking to David about a mortgage, call him directly at 312-751-1333. That's 312-751-1333, or visit his website at pearldavid.com. PERLDavid.com. Now here's David on WLSAM 890.
Can you recognize the signs of a structural foundation problem? Many homeowners across Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana are experiencing the symptoms of structural foundation issues. Have you noticed doors or windows that no longer shut properly? Are there new cracks in your drywall or exterior brickwork? Are your floors uneven? Do you have carpets over places that shouldn't be put over to cover the smell that shouldn't be there? These are indicators that and can be signs that are causing damage to your foundation. Before you pay an expensive consultation fee just to determine the problem, call Permaseal at Roy
800-421-SEAL.
for a free inspection. A certified structural consultant will thoroughly evaluate your foundation or stinky sump pump that you cover with carpets and offer a permanent solution. For over 35 years, Permaseal has been committed to providing quality, proven products and superior customer service that you deserve. A certified consultant will perform a complete professional inspection. Absolutely. How much does it cost, Roy?
Absolutely free.
And when the work is done, you'll have a transferable warranty along with priceless peace of mind. You know who to call, Permaseal at Roy Spencer.
800-421-7325.
Or Permaseal.net. All right. WLSDavid.com. 312-591-8900. 312-591-8900. Jamie, you got a quick question about a trust, and we're going to go over to Joe Hogle with your text questions. What's your question about trust, Jamie? Jamie?
Yes, sir.
It says here on the screen you have a trust question. Is it a trust in your relationship question, or is it a house trust question that you want to put?
It's a home trust question.
Okay, what's your question, bud?
Yeah, I had a house that was left to me, and the house is in trust, so I have 85% of it, and I have my great aunt who moved away to another country, who would be 97 years old right about now if she was still alive, on the other 15% of the house. I'm not really sure how I would be able to go about getting the house 100% in my name.
Well, before you shipped her out, you should have had her sign a. Should have had the. That's a joke. That's a bad joke. Go ahead, Steve. What does this guy do?
Well, that's a good question, and it depends on how you hold it. If you hold it as a joint tenancy, although that's hard in the percentages because generally joint tenants you own 50%.
Talking about how you hold the trust, how the trust is held.
Well, it depends what kind of trust he's talking about.
Right.
Is he talking about a real estate trust? Is he talking about a trust? So there's different types of trusts. If you're talking about a real estate trust, then you're the beneficiary. You could change beneficiaries easier than you can change the title. If it's not in a trust, you have to change the title. But again, I don't know enough about it.
Who did your trust? Who set up your trust, Jamie?
Chicago Title Land Trust.
Well, right. That's right. But is there an attorney that helped you structure the trust?
No, that was from my parents from like 1985.
Yeah, it was his parents.
Oh, your parents' trust.
Yeah, Jimmy, can I ask, why do you want the aunt out?
Well, she's the house is solely mine, and from what I understand, I can't take a loan out to do a home improvement on the house unless it's 100% in my name. So
the house isn't in your name anyway. The house is in the trust name.
It's supposed to be 100% in my name, but I can't find her. So
you can't find your aunt?
Right, she moved to Poland back in late 80s because of rift in the family. So she moved back, and so yeah, it's kind of.
So you don't even know if she's alive.
Situation. No, I don't. No idea.
Well, Donna, you're good at smelling things. If he gave you an old sweater and we put you on air in Poland
and send me over to Poland, perhaps I can find her.
And just let you loose there. Could you try to sniff his aunt out?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. What I would recommend that you do, that is one of the craziest questions we've had, unique questions we've had on this show. So thank you for that. I would call David Schluter, who's the trust attorney on the show, 630-285-5300. We'll take your information out, get Dave an email, and work your way that way because you've got multiple layers of challenges going on here that you need a professional to work with. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound cool, bud?
Yeah, thank you.
You have hardwood floors in your house?
I do.
Does your aunt have hardwood floors in Poland that if we track her down, that we could send her some Mr. Floor cleaning products? All right,
I'm not really sure.
You're not really sure. That's well played there, Jamie. Hang on there, bud. We're gonna get you some Mr. Floor hardwood floor cleaning products. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for listening, brother. 312-591. Kev, pick him up. Let's get him some hardwood floor cleaner. 312-591-8900. MegaPros Joe, MegaPros Home Improvement. Been waiting patiently all show. I have a front low. We got a text message here.
Remember you said I was just sitting here looking
peeked, and Joe, and then Roy said I looked exasperated, and I said that Donna looked nuts. And then Roy looked intelligent, and Steve looked scholarly.
Yeah.
Put that together. MegaPro Joe, I have a front porch roof.
Let's not
spell it on the radio. MegaPros Joe, I have a front porch roof. This is what we do during the breaks, folks. MegaPros Joe, I have a front porch roof that seems to be sinking. I have a front. That's another problem I'm having. I have a front porch roof that seems to be sinking. My husband thinks I'm nuts. My neighbor says she agrees with me. Can MegaPros check it for me? I do not want to waste your time, but this worries me. I'll be listening to your radio show on WLS. Thank you, Donna in Palatine. Front porch.
Disclaimer, that's not me.
Sinking. How does
so it
how
could
can
be
the roof
shifting.
sink, or if not the whole porch is sinking?
Well, it probably is.
Right.
Meaning, so what's ever holding it up? But there's many things that could be happening there.
Structural
Donna, when you
problems,
pull
right?
up to a house and you could see that front porch is just kind of off or twisted.
Or sometimes the roof.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So we would be happy to check and see what's going on, and you're not wasting our time because we love to help.
All right, we have another text question here. Chuck in Harwood Heights. Joe, you did a small job repair for us 5 years ago. Great job. Very happy, satisfied with the work you did. Now you're doing a major job for me. Your guy, Travis, noticed some weather stripping coming off the door you repaired 5 years ago and replaced it on his own. I was shocked when I mentioned it to him. He said, it's no big deal. I like our work to look good. I was blown away by this and hope this gets on the radio show so other people know. Chuck in Harwood Heights. So that's just a kudos to you from Chuck in Harwood Heights.
I'm blown away. That's a.
You get a lot of that?
Not as much as we want, but no, we do. We do get compliments that our guys take care of the house. They'll help you carry in your groceries. Just courteous efforts.
Dogs need to be walked and poop in the backyard. You guys
we
that?
don't. No,
No,
we really don't care for that stuff. But
can you teach my new dog to stop eating his poop and recycling?
No, I don't think we do that either.
I don't understand why that looks so delicious, but seems to
They
be.
say there's some medical thing.
I think my dog's crazy. 312-591-8900.
It's a good bet.
Love your show. Here's the third one. Love your show. Text to MegaPro. Joe, I heard my aunt on a MegaPros commercial. I have used MegaPros for years and referred them to my family. Why is my aunt on a commercial, not me? How do you pick the people? How do I get picked? I will be listening. Lynn and Berwyn, and you better answer this right. You don't want to piss people off in Berwyn.
Well, Lynn and Berwyn,
which is a suburb, according to Byron, of Cicero. You don't want to. that is according to Byron.
No, we
take
do.
it up with Robert Andreas and Sons. Go
we
ahead.
do quite a bit of work in Berwyn from the show. Remember when I said on the show we're doing a condo in Berwyn? I didn't even know there was condos in Berwyn. Yeah. And
there are.
Yeah,
there are. Yeah,
no, and they're nice.
Yeah.
But the way you get on a MegaPros commercial is just to be super happy, and you could call in anytime and say, "I would love to be on a commercial." The process is simple. A guy calls you, interviews you on the phone, and then edit your ad.
Is it the same guy that says, today meet MegaPro Club?
Today we are talking with MegaPros customer
Lisa in Berwyn. Okay, there you go, Lisa.
Right.
So Lisa, you too can be a radio star.
Yeah, 1-800.
Well, she sounds really aggravated that she didn't get on.
The best thing was you did a commercial with Donna.
I did a commercial, yeah.
And Donna mentioned Home Sweet Home Chicago. And they played it on WGN Radio.
Right.
And they didn't have too much of a sense of humor on WGN Radio.
No, I guess not.
But I acted like I didn't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I am a satisfied customer.
I know, but they called me, like accusing me. Oh, yeah. The sales guys are like, oh, nice slide through on that. I'm like, what are you talking about? I never do it.
We slid through for like a day and a half.
I'm like, give me a break. Phone number, Steve, quick.
312-664-6649.
Roy, phone number.
800-421-SEAL.
Yeah, there you go. Donna Sattler, remix it on.
847-651-3300.
MegaPros Joe, MegaPros Home Improvements.
847-658-8989.
I am David Hochberg. Give us a call, 312-751-1333. Kevin Copeland is working the phone. He's getting married next Saturday.
Congratulations.
So he has
Congrats, Kevin.
next week. He's not doing the show. He officially has 6 days to back out. 312-591-8900. Yeah, 312. No, she's a sweetheart. Yasmin. How the hell he landed that? I have no idea. You better lock that down before she wakes up and the medication wears off.
Problem being amongst all men.
312-591-8900, WLSDavid.com. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next Saturday. Thinking of getting a new garage door? Call the garage door group. Is your garage door not working correctly? Well,
call the garage door group.
Need a new garage door opener?
Call the garage door group.
Call today for the same-day service at
847-998-5555. That's 847-998-5555.
You have 4 locations serving the entire Chicagoland area, whether you need a new door, and/or a new door opener, or simply just repair your existing garage door. The Garage Door Group provides quality products, all professionally installed and trained and experienced garage door technicians with a friendly and knowledgeable office staff, and prides itself with its very own in-house service department, offering free replacements on all products for 5 full years with absolutely no hidden fees. Call and see why the Garage Door Group has become one of the most trusted and respected companies in the home improvement industry. The Garage Door Group is ready to serve you. Call them now at
847-998-5555.
And all WLS and Home Sweet Home Chicago listeners will receive 20% off all repair jobs or save $200 off all new garage door purchases. For complete details, call
us now, 847-998-5555. That's 847-998-5555.
or visit them online at
GarageDoorGroupChicago.com. One more time, GarageDoorGroupChicago.com.